Good morning, everyone. Well, I hope you had a good Easter despite the cold temperatures that we saw across much of the state. The good news today is there's going to be improvement. The bad news is not as much improvement as we'd like. Keep in mind that our normal high temperatures this time of year should be in the mid 60s. Instead, a lot of folks stuck in the 50s. Probably will reach the low 60s in the far western part of the state. Scottsbluff 61, Oshkosh 60. But check out north-platte 59, Grand Island 57, Columbus 55, and maybe only a high of 54 in Omaha. By the way, a wind chill factor to go along with these below normal temperatures. If you're in the eastern part of the state, I'd say really from Grand Island on over to Omaha, we're probably going to see gusts 30, 35 miles per hour this afternoon, so we'll call it windy. From Kearney on west, not as windy, but we'll still call it a breezy day, gusts 20, 25 miles per hour. It's still going to be breezy during the evening hours, but eventually our winds will die down, and that's a good thing because look how cold it's going to be in the eastern part of the state. You know, we should be in the low 40s for lows this time of year. That's our normal low temperature. Instead, 26 in Omaha, 29 in Lincoln. It does get better to the west. Once again, only a low of 38 in Scottsbluff. Again, so this is going to be early Tuesday morning, the temperatures that you're going to be dealing with when you head out the door. Again, fortunately, catching a break from the wind, so no wind chill factor, but be prepared for temperatures in the mid to upper 20s around the Lincoln and Omaha area. So what about high temperatures on Tuesday? Well, it's going to be one of those crazy days across Nebraska where there's just about every kind of temperature because a warm front is going to be moving from west to east across the state. So look at the crazy gradient of temperatures. It looks like we're going to hit the low 80s in the far western part of the state. Scottsbluff, a high of 80 degrees, but then we go from the 80s to an area of 70s, probably a high of 76 in north-platte. Looks like mid 60s are most likely for Kearney and Grand Island, but then check out Lincoln and Omaha, 54, 50 degrees. So we're talking about a 30-degree difference from the far eastern part of the state to the far western part of the state. Wind's pretty even no matter where you are in the state tomorrow. Looks like those gusts 30, 35 miles per hour. So that's going to be a huge difference, though, when it's windy and 80 versus windy and 50. So it's only going to be feeling like the 40s in Omaha, where it'll be around 80 degrees in Scottsbluff. So are we going to get any rain out of this warm front? And actually, it does look like it does present us with an opportunity. And I do want to mention, even today, there are a few leftover rain showers out there. Nothing big. It looks like most are going to have a dry morning commute, but I still want to leave in the chance for a few sprinkles during the morning hours today. Notice a few green dots showing up. No matter where you are in the state, there's just not much going on. And by the time we get to 1 o'clock, any leftover sprinkles are out of here, and I think we're going to have a lot of sunshine around. So when is our next chance of rain? I think it begins very late tonight or very early tomorrow morning. Notice how the showers start to pop up. Actually, probably ahead of the warm front. That's what we're looking at, is an area of rain forming ahead of the actual warm front. So the better chance of rain is going to be where those colder temperatures are for tomorrow. So there's 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. morning commute. Notice how we were talking about the chance for some rain showers for Lincoln and Omaha. This will be very light activity, and this model is a little bit on the aggressive side. I think there certainly are going to be gaps in the activity, so it's not a guarantee that you're going to see rain for that morning commute, but the chance is there. And I do think that the best chance of rain tomorrow is during the morning hours for places like Lincoln, Omaha. Notice as we jump ahead to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, not as much activity. The chance is there, but the greater chance is past. In fact, it looks even drier as we get into 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So things drying out. It's more likely that if you're going to catch a shower tomorrow, it's going to be in the morning versus the afternoon around the Lincoln, Omaha area. That said, just as we get the activity out in the east, it looks like it starts to push back into the west. And there still could be a few lingering sprinkles even in the eastern part of the state. We don't want to completely dry out, but the better chance of rain for Tuesday evening is looking like the western part of the state, because guess what? Right behind that warm front, a cold front is going to be pushing into the state.